I am MoKnowsHair, a healthy hair and beauty blogger living in New York City. I have been attending Aveda Institute here in New York City. I started October 13th. In this intro part of the program, we've learned a lot about the structure of hair, the science, kind of the science behind hair, a lot about products, what they're made of, what they do. Learn a lot about anatomy, the body, the bones in the head, skin conditions, scalp conditions. Lots of hair cutting, 7 or 8 different haircuts, including some men's cuts, which are quite difficult. We've used clippers, shapers, thinning shears, all that good stuff. So it's been a really cool experience so far. And I'm actually shocked at how much stuff we're doing in the first couple months. I mean, all the hair cutting, we've done lots of styling. We've done each other's hair in class. We've had model days where we've had people come in and get their hair done, and that's kind of how we're tested on if we really understand the concept of the haircut. And we have to then do a full service from beginning to end with consultation, washing, setting, the cut, everything. So I can honestly say that I have been learning a lot. I do want to share a few things with you guys that I think would be very helpful. We're going to talk about products. I think a lot of times we struggle with products because we don't understand them or we're misusing them. So I want to start with just some straight up basics. I've got my handy dandy iPad, which this is what we use in our program. This is where all of our textbook and video information, all of the techniques that we learn are on videos, everything is in here. What you can do now to follow along with me that'll probably really help you, go grab a product out of your stash. Doesn't matter if it's a shampoo, a conditioner, a styling product, go grab a product, come right back. Look at your product starting with the front of it. Probably see the brand's name, logo, the product identity. So that's gonna be the name of the product. For this one, it is the Smooth Infusion line. Usually if it's a brand that has multiple items, they might name the line something. And then the actual product is Nourishing Styling Cream. Then it says Nourishes and Controls Frizz. That is the product's identity. Sometimes product names can get very convoluted and have lots and lots of words and you're like, what the heck, this don't mean nothing. But you do really want to pay attention to what the product says it is because it needs to perform to what it says it is. So if it says it controls frizz and you're using it and it doesn't control your frizz, then it didn't do what it said it was going to do for you. So that tells you that you probably need to use something else. Understanding that these things are not just random phrases that they picked out of the sky. They're genuinely trying to help you understand what's happening in this bottle, what this is supposed to do for you. The net contents. So that's where you're going to see how much product is physically in the bottle. It's usually stated in ounces or milliliters. And then you'll see this little lowercase e on a lot of your products. That's the European Union. That's telling you that that's the metric system being used to measure the amount of product that is physically inside of the packaging. It should be somewhere on the back or side of your product ingredients. Your ingredients are always listed in descending order, which means the first item listed, that's the majority of what's in the product. And as the list goes on, there's less and less of that item. It gives you an idea of the potency of what's in here. So if it's a product that has protein in it and it's way down at the bottom of the list, you'll know that there's less protein in there than other ingredients. You don't necessarily know how much because they don't have to tell you that. That's their secret formula as the brand, so they don't have to tell you how much of each ingredient, but it gives you some indication of the weight of the product, if it's mostly moisturizer, if it's mostly oil, if it's mostly protein, based on the order that the ingredients are listed. Also on the back of your bottle, you should find instructions for use. So on this product, it says, apply thoroughly to your towel dry hair, blow dry or air dry, and then style as desired. That's what they intend for you to do with the product. Now, Some products have other uses that you will find work out. I also know that you can apply this product to dry hair to smooth hair into a ponytail, like a creamy kind of moisturizer. It doesn't necessarily have to be used on damp hair. Sometimes with styling products, you can use them in different ways. The things you don't want to play with are treatments. If it says leave on for a certain amount of time, you need to rinse it out after that amount of time, not go off and sleep in it and keep it in your head forever. But styling products, you might be able to amend the directions, but you need to read the directions just so you at least know for yourself what the manufacturer of the product intended for you to do with it. Because here's the thing. Sometimes we get our hands on products and we're like, that was stupid. It didn't work. I didn't like that. I don't like that product. Maybe you didn't like it because you misused it. Because sometimes certain products need to be the way that they were intended to be, and they're not able to be amended. Sometimes you can't do that with certain products. So you should always try using the product the way it says use it first, and then maybe explore other options with it. But to truly understand if it's working, try to follow the directions closely on your first use with the product. Also on the back of your label, you should be able to see the location of the manufacturer and the distributor. There's usually a phone number. That is a number you can call if you have issues with the product. Let's say you have a product and you can't find it anymore. Call the 1-800 number on the product because maybe it's being discontinued. But that's where you can get that kind of exact information, and it's gonna actually be very accurate. A very cool, useful feature on your product that you may or may not have ever noticed or even known, it's called the period after opening symbol. So look somewhere maybe in the bottom region of your product on the back. There's a little jar with an open lid, and it will say a number and then the letter M. What that's telling you is after you have first opened the product, how many months you should keep it in your possession before it needs to be tossed out. So basically it's like an expiration date for your products. So on this one it has 24 M. So that means after the first time it is open and product is taken out of it, 24 months from that date, if I haven't used all of this, I need to toss it. What I suggest you do is maybe take something like a Sharpie or put a label or something on the product with the date that you opened it so that you can keep good track of it. On some packaging, some maybe not, two little arrows that are swirled around each other in a circle. That is a symbol that specifies that who makes the product is contributing to European programs for the proper disposal and recycling of all packaging components. Aveda is very big on recycling and using recycled materials to make packaging for products. So if you care about purchasing from brands that recycle and are conscious of the environment, look for that little symbol, and that will tell you if they are actively participating in proper disposal and recycling. Warnings and cautions. Sometimes with certain chemicals like color, there might be additional information that you need to know about the product. So what you might see is a little square with an open book and a finger pointing. That is an indication that there's additional information that should have come with the product. Maybe it came inside of a box with an additional sheet. Maybe it's something that peels off. You need to read that because they're including it for a reason, for your safety. That's it. That's a good way for you to kind of, when you're scanning products, look at them and know what's going on with the product even before you actually used it. Pretty cool, eh? I think so. Now that you know how to read your product labels, the next thing that you want to pay attention to is the pH scale. It's an indication of potential hydrogen. The best way to explain is to draw it for you, which is what I'm going to do. My line drawing ain't all that great, but y'all will get it. Okay, so the scale ranges from 0 to 14, with 7 being the neutral, and that's going to be distilled water. Everything from 8 through 14 is going to be an alkaline substance. Everything from 6 down to 0 is going to be an acidic substance. In order to have pH at all, you have to have water in it. So only substances that contain some amount of water have a pH. So things like pure oils, like extra virgin olive oil, it's so weak in the acidic side that it doesn't even have a pH. So it has to be something that's formulated with water in order to have a pH. Between 4 and 7 is the pH that you want your hair products to fall into. Most hair products are formulated on purpose to run between 4 and 7. That's why using formulated products and not mixing things that you're not sure of is to your advantage, because they have been properly formulated to not upset the pH balance of your hair. When you start doing things with raw ingredients, such as at a level 8, you have substances like baking soda. Baking soda has too much alkaline substance in it for your hair to be safe. If you are washing your hair with baking soda, you should stop. It's not safe. It's going to dry your hair out. It's going to cause cuticle damage in a way where your cuticle will be frayed open and fried. That's why you want to use formulated products, because your shampoos, conditioners, and styling products are formulated to fall in this safe range for your hair. Other substances that are on this far alkaline side, around the 12 to 14 range, you have ammonia, which is what you find in permanent hair color. You also have relaxers, which straighten hair, and you have perms, which curl hair. These are substances that are really far to the alkaline side. And if you remember in your relaxed days, or if you're still getting relaxers, after you get a touch up, how your stylist or you would use a neutralizing shampoo, that word neutralizing, because it's taking you from this 12 and bringing you all the way back down to the 4, because it is neutralizing the alkaline back down to the acidic range where your hair needs to be. If you're just naturally curious about where your products are falling because you just want to know for sure, you can order pH testing strips offline. You just type it in Google and put in pH testing strips. Product selection for your hair's needs. A lot of times we look at products based on, is this okay for 4C hair? Is this okay for 3C hair? Products are not formulated based on your curl pattern. Products are formulated based on the need, which it tells you in the product identity. If it's to reduce frizz, if it's to repair damage, if it's to stop breakage, if it's to moisturize, hydrate, whatever it says in the product identity is what the product is for. It doesn't matter what your curl pattern is. A conditioner that I use on my hair, a person with 4C hair could also use on their hair if they need what the conditioner has. Products sometimes will be formulated based on the structure of your hair, meaning the strand itself, whether you have fine strands or coarse strands. Coarse strands are thicker strands. So a lot of times heavier creams and butters, certain types of finishing products are going to work better if you have coarser, thicker strands. That doesn't mean that because you have type 4 hair that you have coarser strands. You could have a type 4 curl pattern with a fine strand. Sometimes you'll see things like volumizing shampoo and conditioner. Those are formulated obviously for people who have low density and probably fine strands to bulk them up. Selection for you needs to be based on the need for your hair. If you need moisture, find products that identify themselves as moisturizing. If you need strength, find products that identify themselves as building strength. Your curl pattern is irrelevant with product selection. I hope this information was helpful to you. I'm going to place some additional resources in the About section below. I appreciate all of your kind words, your thoughts, your prayers, your cheers, your support, everything. It means so much to me. And until next time.